you kind of understand that she's, I mean, not always the heroine. I think she's the anti-heroine as well, and I think it was just a matter of trying to kind of balance her positive and negative qualities. I think she made the only choice that she could make. And I think that, you know, that's what's so fascinating about the book and hopefully the film as well. When we first started this, Tom Stoppard said, this piece is a thesis on love. And I thought, I don't really know what that means. And then as we went on, I thought, you're absolutely right, because, you know, it's really looking at the emotion of love in every different way. So that includes the romance and the companionship and lust and all the kind of wonderful parts of it, but it equally includes the negative parts, the loneliness, the jealousy, the madness, the neurosis that can kind of come, and it really shines quite a harsh light up to all of those things. And I think that's what I find fascinating. All of the characters are both guilty and innocent at the same time, and so as much as you judge them, you equally understand them, and I always think that's very interesting. You know, the costume designer is Jacqueline Duran, who also did my costumes for Pride and Prejudice and Atonement before. She is one of the most extraordinary designers around. I think partly because she works from a very character kind of point of view. So yeah, it was wonderful. We were working with ideas of Anna being like this bird in a cage. So you often see these kind of cage metaphors with veils and surrounded by death all the time with fur, and birds in her hair that can't get away because they're stuck on the back of her head, and then diamonds that are kind of the most cut glass. So, you know, she works from a really interesting character base, which I always love. You know, I mean, I'm incredibly lucky to have the relationship I do with Joe, and I don't know why it works, but it seems to be interesting.
Joe, I think it's incredible to throw ideas around with him. He's very creative and he's very open with his own ideas and very visual, you know, and it's great to be a part of it. Jude's a wonderful man, really lovely, great. Kira too, very down to earth and full of great ideas and super smart, you know.
It was a real thrill and a lesson in how expansive the medium of film can be. You know, it's a language that can sometimes get stuck in ruts. Joe, it felt, had this very clear and passionate vision, very vision, as you rightly said, very visually stimulated. And it felt at all times like we were being led on and into someone's dream, really, someone's fantasy. And I always sort of give myself to the director in a film, and in this case it felt like we were, I don't know, I'd have done anything for him, really. I was aware of the different styles, but really, again, you couldn't over-question what was going on, because you knew that you weren't going to really realise until you saw the final product. And when I saw it, I was absolutely, I was so proud of him, and so proud of Joe's work. You know, piecing together the look for a character is a really exciting part of the process, because it's a very visual medium, and if you can come up with a strong visual look, you can achieve a lot very quickly. And Joe was very keen that this character has a severity, and he's a man who spends a lot of his time in his head. He's a very cerebral man. He feels most comfortable, I think, thinking his way out of problems and not feeling, and that's perhaps his downfall in his relationship with Anna. And so we did this, we cut my hair back to like here to increase the sort of sense that his brain was almost sort of coming out of his head. And other than that, there wasn't a great deal. A bit of makeup, a bit of a manicure. We decided he had really good nails.